Well, maybe those bloody Vulkars will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize... Wait, I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these swoop gangs?
Longest storyest.
Well, we don't have time for it now. We have to get out of here before the Sith show up to sort out this mess. Is there somewhere safe we can go?
Yes.
Save me. Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race? Well, as far as rescues go, this is a pretty poor example.
You're
in case
mean.
you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that I saved you. Breshik
That
and
may
his
be true.
Vulkars would have left you for dead if I hadn't stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess.
So, the thing is, though, I probably would have been... No, I would have died, because I haven't leveled up since we got here. Okay. Yeah, so I probably would have died, and she's probably right. But the thing is, I'm gonna be more powerful than her, than she will ever be. I think you've got things confused. I didn't need your help. We don't have time for this. Karth is waiting for us.
Karth Onasi is alive?
Yeah.
Finally, some good news. Karth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I
'cause I'm
misjudged
competent.
you. Karth wouldn't have sent you if he wasn't confident in your abilities. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Despite my Jedi training, I still
I
tend
won't.
to act a bit rashly sometimes. Please, take me
Get
to
fricked.
Karth right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here.
So
You
cool.
cannot win, Revan.
Even the cutscenes have the weird echo. Unless I'm dumb and that's been like that for years. But I don't think so. I could have sworn that it was different.
Bastila, you're alive! Finally things are looking up. Now we just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taris yet? What have you been doing all this time?
I'm trying to find you.
I see. Now that I'm back in charge of this mission, perhaps we can start doing things properly. Hopefully our escape from Taris will go more smoothly than when you rescued me from Breshik.
I know
Right.
you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
Yeah.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Karth. I am a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here,
Nobody
I'm sure.
Your
cares.
talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at least listen to the advice of those who have seen more combat than she ever will.
Exactly. Nice job there, Karth. Laid the law down.
You know, I had my doubts about this mission, but I figured the Jedi Council wouldn't put you in charge if you weren't prepared. But here you are, acting like a spoiled child.
I see. It's true that I don't have much military experience. Perhaps I should not be so quick to judge. Very well, Karth. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge. We all need to work together if we want to get off this rock. The answer is out there, we just have to find it.
Well said, Karth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Vulkars, and I don't plan on being captured by the Sith.
Yeah, no, Sith, no fun. We're gonna get you out of here in a jiffy.
We'll need some help getting off Taris. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is
Probably.
something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you.
It's nothing.
As you wish. We should move on then. We won't get off Taris just sitting here.
Exactly my thoughts. Okay, so here it is. We have, I think, 1, 2, 3 people to talk to. And we only... I don't want to waste so much time of the video. So I have this thing right here. If it lands heads, we talk to Mission. And if it lands tails, we're going to flip it again and see if we talk to Karth or Bastila. We talk to Mission. Let's go talk to Mission.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Okay, I want to know a little more.
Really? You want to know about me?
Sure.
Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. What do you want to know?
Zalbar.
Big Z's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're dead. It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away he was in trouble. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Volkers were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble.
Go on.
Anyway, I don't like the Volkers at the best of times. And when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold.
Oh, that's not good. You're smacking a kid. Those Volkers have no class.
Hey, don't treat me like I'm a little girl. I ain't no kid. I'm 14 years old. Those Volkers didn't scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with them. Of course, I never got the chance. I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Volker a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat.
That sounds painful. Sounds very painful.
The other two screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Volker was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out. I keep telling Zalbar to brush those choppers of his, but he never listens. Just stay upwind when he's speaking and you'll be fine. Anyway, I knew those Volkers would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know?
Okay, how did Zalbar end up on Taris? How did you survive before you met Zalbar? That's a good question.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You think I can't take care of myself? I've got street smarts. I know how to get by on my own. In fact,
She's
I look
annoying.
out for Zalbar more than he looks out for me, you know? Big
No.
Z's a little bit too gullible to make it alone on the mean streets of the lower city.
How did he end up on Taris anyway?
He was fleeing some kind of trouble back on Kashyyyk. That's all I know, really. Big Z doesn't like to talk about it. In case you didn't notice, he's the strong, silent type. Doesn't much matter to me, though. I accept him for what he is, not what he was. Me
Big
and Zalbar like to
chatty
live in the
man.
present.
Is that what he is? How did, we should get to the task at hand.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words don't get the job done.
You told your brother that.
My brother's a touchy subject, you know. It just so happens I don't really feel like talking about him right now.
That's
Nothing
cool.
personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
I don't really want to talk about him. Okay, so that's cool. We did mission. What? Dialogue. We did mission dialogue. Hopefully that won't come back to bite me. What do you want?
I would like to know what happened after you crashed on Taris. I'm curious as to what you and Karth were doing before we all joined forces.
We were looking for you.
Yes, I realize that, of course. But surely there was more to it than a simple search. I doubt there were flashing signs pointing you in my direction. Yet somehow you found me. You also avoided detection by the Sith, discovered I was a Vulcan prisoner, gained sponsorship for the race, and became the Taris Route champion.
Goodness.
That's quite a resume.
So yeah, that's quite a resume. I had a lot of help. Karth, mission, Zalbar.
Your modesty is admirable. But though others helped, you were the catalyst for these events.
Aw,
When I told you to
shucks.
join this mission, I doubt any of us expected this much from you. The Jedi could have done such things, of course. But
Just
only by drawing
complimenting
heavily
me.
upon the Force.
Are you complimenting me? Also, I do think you're underestimating us. No, I'm kidding. Are you trying to say I control the
The Force
Force?
is in all of us. Though for most people, it's barely a measurable whisper. There are some individuals outside the Jedi Order that we consider Force sensitive. It's obvious to me that the Force has been working through you. There is no other explanation for your great success. Though I'm not certain what to make of this discovery. Perhaps if you weren't... Well, if you were younger, the Jedi might take you for training. But as it is...
So yeah, be glad. What are you trying to say?
I'm sorry. I've overstepped my authority. I'm speaking of things that are best left to the Jedi Council. For now, let's just accept the fact that you're gifted. Hopefully, between your abilities, my Jedi training, and the skills of our companions, we can find a way off this planet.
I'm getting used to the weird audio. Does not mean I like it.
I saw you in the swoop race. Very impressive. You seem like you know how to get results. That's just the kind of person I'm looking for.
What are we talking about?
My name's Taris Ordo.
I know who
I
you
work
are.
for Davik Kang in the exchange. The hours aren't great, but they promised me a fortune to work for them. And I have nothing better to do. Mandalorian mercs like me are in high demand. But lately, Davik hasn't been paying me what he promised. I don't like getting cheated. So I figure it's time for me to break the Sith quarantine and get off this backwater planet.
How do you plan on doing that?
I've got a plan to escape Taris, but I can't do it alone. I need someone I know can get the job done to help me. That's where you come in.
You don't need to ally yourself with this person. We should move on while we can.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to your friend, aren't I? I saw you win that swoop race and started thinking. Anyone crazy enough to race like that is probably crazy enough to break into the Sith military base. I need someone to steal the Sith launch codes from the base. Without those codes, any ship leaving the atmosphere will be disintegrated by the Sith fleet's automated defense guns.
What's in this for me?
Here's the deal. You bring me those launch codes, and I can provide the vehicle to get us off the planet. Davik's flagship, the Ebon Hawk.
Alright. I'm in.
Good luck. You're going to need it. The entrance to the base is sealed up tight. Getting in won't be easy. The Sith base is protected by an encrypted security system. It would take a top-of-the-line astromech droid to slice through it. Lucky for you, I know just the place to get a droid like that. Davik was having one custom built by Janice Nall. Just tell her Taris sent you and she'll sell you the droid. Then you can use it to get the launch codes from the Sith base.
And why don't you do this yourself?
Normally I'd do this myself, but everyone knows who I work for. If I broke into the Sith base, they'd send an army down on Davik's estate to get those codes back. That's why I need you.
Okay, Taris. You got yourself a deal. I'll be back when I get those launch codes or whatever they are. I don't. Yep. I'll be back.
I don't sense any deception from him, which is surprising. This may be exactly what we need.
I'm going
Yeah.
to wait in Javier's cantina. You come and find me when you've got those launch codes, and I'll make sure we both get off this rock.
Later.
1 down, 2 to go.
It's over! The fight is over!
Oh, yeah.
The mysterious stranger has won!
There we go. Twitch is down.
It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won! Twitch's
Chad,
reign
man.
of terror is
That's
over!
me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new champion! The
Oh, yeah.
mysterious stranger!
It's me. I'm the mysterious stranger. The best darn duelist on the planet. Okay, Bendak. How
I've been
you?
watching you in the dueling ring. Not bad for an amateur.
I ain't no amateur.
Tempted to come out of retirement and show you what it's like to do battle against a real champion, but I only fight
Do your
death
best.
matches, and not too many people are willing to step into the ring knowing they won't ever come out. How about you, stranger? You think you got what it takes?
I've got everything that it takes. You're on Bendak. Name the place and the time. And by name the place and the time, I mean we're gonna do it right here. Right now.
Finally, fresh meat. Sure, we'll set it up. Go talk to him. It will take some time to arrange, so no point sticking around here until then. I'll be back when it's time for you to die.
Win.
What do you mean you win? I had a hand just like that before. I didn't win.
Because I win.
Bendak is down. It's over. It's over. The fight is over. Bendak Star Killer is down. Bendak
Let's go.
Star Killer is dead. All hail the mysterious stranger, the greatest duelist to ever grace the rings of Taris.
Let's freaking go. That took me forever for some reason. I had to restart like 300 times. There's a reason why that was halfway through the battle, because I wasn't sure if I was going to win. But then I was like, I'm going to win this. And then I started recording. Bendak Starkiller's dead? I don't believe it. Bendak never loses. That was an amazing duel. Best duel I've ever seen. Glad you enjoyed it. Now where's my share of the purse? You've done well, stranger. I'm pleased. Very pleased. Here are your credits. Plus, I'll give you Bendak's blaster as a bonus, as a sign of my appreciation. He said "as" like 30 times. I think I deserve a little bit extra. Okay, I always pay my debts, but if you get more than all the duelists, we will. All the duelists. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, I'll take it. I think I deserve a little more.
You know, a little jolt to the force to trip up some jerk who's ticking you off.
I would never use the Force for such petty and trivial revenge. The mere thought of it's preposterous.
Oh, come on. There's gotta be times when you've thought about it. Don't be so stuck up. You can tell me.
I am not stuck up. I merely have the years of training to give me the wisdom and understanding to see how childish such an act would be.
Childish? Is that a crack about my age? You ain't much older than me.
She's
this
so
high
annoying.
and mighty. Just because you're some Jedi doesn't mean you can be a prissy little... What the... Hey, that wasn't funny.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mission. Come now, we have to get going. Please, do try to be less clumsy in the future.
Okay, day 2. Let's get into this. Brother.
I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes to Griff. It's kind of embarrassing telling people about him.
Embarrassing? Embarrassing?
It's complicated. Griff wasn't the most popular guy. He had his faults. But I still loved him, you know? Sometimes people don't understand. I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Taris. I was just a kid, only 5. But I remember the trip, if you could call it that. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in the Starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class, you know?
You were stowaways?
I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few arrest warrants out for him, I don't know. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe my brother was. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems, but he always looked out for me.
Right, he was family. What kind of problems did your brother have? What kind of problems?
He gambled and drank, and he was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he had a good heart, you know? He taught me how to survive.
Right.
Showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and how to spot a wealthy mark for a quick shell game.
Oh, okay. Sounds like he was nothing but a petty criminal. No offense, man. Sounds pretty bad.
Hey, you don't know what it's like. You need those skills here in the lower city. Griff did right by me. I really miss him since he left. I keep hoping he'll come back someday. He promised me. He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went.
Who's Lena?
I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil.
Oh.
Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So
Oh.
is there something else you need?
Nope.
You're playing, it won't work. You can't defeat me.
No, I know. But he can't.